Hello, people, and how's all doing? Today we are talking about young people drinking alcohol. So basically, under the age of 18 in this country. I don't know about any other country because Ireland first, as they always say. And the Tuan Heron and all that. uh, so, yeah, young people drinking is a fierce bad problem in, I suppose, national secondary schools in this country, would be high schools in America. I don't know how people get drink like alcohol and beer, and I don't know how people get in this country because literally the prices are up like fuck in this country, and still they're able to get it. I don't know, did they rob it? Did they steal it? Did they get older friends to buy it? I don't know, because literally the price of drinking. I think you have to have a license. You have to show your license if they take you underage in shops, and I don't get it. I honestly don't get it, how to get the drink. Young people over the age of 18. Like, I'm just going to put it very straight to you, whoever drinks. I'm not going to dilly dally and say that you, and have a bit of sympathy for you. You are ruining your life. And it's as simple as that, you'll ruin your whole life. Drinking as soon as you're before 18, your body hasn't developed. Your stomach, your bowels, your kidneys haven't developed to take on alcohol. Research is showing that when you hit 18, you're fit enough to take alcohol. That's what research is showing. Which is it is very bad for your liver. Alcohol is actually very, very bad for your liver and your intestines and all that. God knows, and that's for adults really. If you drink too much, you're gonna be on dialysis and all that. And that is, my uncle was on that, and sadly he's not with us today. He had to go up and down to Dublin. This is a while ago. He had to go up and down to Dublin to the dialysis union, the Mater Hospital in Dublin. And it wasn't nice. He had to wear a bag, and wasn't. He couldn't go to the toilet too, which is very upsetting. I mean, I was young at the time, and I had to see him use a bag instead of a toilet. If you know what I'm saying, it is hard to see people that you love. And this was an older fellow. He wasn't young people, but you can still relate to it. Like, to be honest, if I seen a young person drinking, I just isn't it's not up to me, it's up to the state to do something. So I'm just trying to talk a bit of sense into young people now, because the people in this society nowadays don't have. I'm just going to say it out. If anybody has anything really against it, then they honestly, this is the freedom of speech and the freedom of our rights and the freedom of the republic. You're allowed to say in this country whatever you want to, and I understand it. So it is the parents' fault, and it's the guardians' fault of these children. Now, granted, if your mother and father is dead, I apologise. I know Drake is kind of a nut, so if that happens. But it is not always a nut. So you can do more better things. There's lots of things you could do instead of Drake. Like, if you save all your money instead of spending on Drake, you'd be able to buy a new car. You'd be able to go on holidays to Greece or Spain or Mexico or wherever you want to go. Like, it's just so, so true. And you're so and just going to say this straight out too, to the parents who just let their sons and daughters drink alcohol, you have to look at yourselves in the mirror and think of all the harm you're doing to your child, or your daughter, or your son, and think about it. Think about it. Think about this. They could get alcohol poisoning too, and and the parents would be at the full blame. At least over 18, nobody would probably get the blame if you got alcohol poisoning because it's your own business. But if you're under 18, you are in the high court and you're going to be shouted at and you're going to be made a laugh at in front of the whole state. And to the teenagers who ever watching this that drink, please, 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 just get it into your head. Drink is not good for you, and it's not good for wait until you're 18 at least, when your body's properly developed that it can take in a bit of drink. Not when you're God. I seen 10-year-olds drinking once, and I honestly actually did say to them to throw that bottle away, or I bottled them, which is a bit ironic. But I didn't do really much at the end, and I do feel sorry that I should have said something, or should have done something, or should have told somebody. But at the end of the day, it's their own business, to be honest. But I'm just trying to warn you. I can't do anything else but warn you. I don't want to hear about people taking alcohol poisoning in the school or passing out. I see what's so trite in this country actually is on the talking about passing out. Somebody passed out in the bypass once because they were stone drunk. And the truck came along and smashed them into smithereens. There was actually nothing left of them. There was completely nothing. Because they were completely in black and it was in the middle of the night. And the truck hit them and just pieces. Not even pieces of body, just flesh lying everywhere. Like it was just grundled up. And that is another thing why you wouldn't drink, I suppose. I mean, if you are drinking, if you're older, please just plan your way home and plan your way here and there and everywhere. Like, because it's so dangerous. Alcohol is so dangerous. Years ago, at least, I suppose people knew when it was time to stop drinking, but nowadays they just drink. And I do take the alcohol, and if anybody's going to give out to me, then just think about all the people that died of alcohol poisoning and all that. Think about that and think about your son and daughter or your grandfather or your grandmother if it happened to them. And I'm being very firm in this video because the country should not bother worrying about these things because we have enough to worry about. We have people committing suicide off bridges. We have people killing themselves in houses. We have people lying dead in the streets of Dublin and we can't do anything about it. And there's people lying in trolleys in hospitals. And the government has to waste their time. I know that some people have problems drinking with alcohol, and that's that's something to do with mental health too. But if you're just going to drink the Akura, act your fucking age. You're not cool. You're just killing yourself. That makes any sense. You're just giving yourself a slow death by drinking under 18. And I think the law should be upped to 21. 21 to buy alcohol in this nation. I know. That's enough for me, Watt, and I'm going for a cup of tea. Because a cup of tea is a lot better to you than alcohol or whiskey or Guinness. Because a cup of tea is lovely Irish made tea. With no sugar and no calories. Jesus Christ. But sponsored by Specsavers. Anyway, thank you for listening. I know it was a bit form in this, but it's honestly, the country should not really bother worrying about these problems. Because we have enough things to be worrying about. So thank you for watching, subscribe for more, and bye.